Today, we're exploring 12 haunted places across Arkansas. Chilling locations where history and ghostly whispers remain. Number 1. Crescent Hotel and Spa. High on the hills of Eureka Springs stands the 1886 Cruise Hotel. Often called America's most haunted hotel. Originally built as a luxurious resort, it quickly gained a reputation for misfortune. Construction was plagued with accidents and one young stonemason fell to his death near what is now room 218. Guests still report strange noises and a man's ghostly figure appearing in that very room, as if the builder never left. In the 1930s, the hotel took on a darker chapter when it was purchased by Norman Baker, a con man who claimed he could cure cancer. He turned the building into a hospital, drawing desperate patients from across the country. Many never left alive, and locals believe their spirits linger in the halls. Nurses pushing gurneys, patients crying out, and even Baker himself in his trademark lavender suits have all been spotted by visitors. Strange activity seems to occur throughout the entire hotel. Guests in the lobby have reported seeing a Victorian woman in a flowing gown drift through the grand staircase, while staff in the dining room speak of place settings mysteriously moving on their own. Cold spots and flickering lights are so common that paranormal investigators consider the Crescent one of the most active sites in the country. Today, the hotel embraces its reputation, hosting nightly ghost tours that draw curious visitors from around the world. Guests come for its beauty, but often leave with chilling stories of their own. Whether it's the spirit of Norman Baker, the fallen stonemason, or the countless patients who perish there, the Crescent Hotel remains a place where history and the supernatural walk side by side. Number 2. Allen House. In the quiet town of Monticello, the Grand Allen House has long been the center of eerie tales. Built in 1905, its beautiful Queen Anne design hides a tragic secret. In 1948, Liddell Allen, the daughter of the home's builder, drank cyanide poison in an upstairs bedroom. She died a few days later, and ever since, her presence has been said to haunt the house where she took her final breath. For decades, the Allen House was divided into apartments, and tenants often reported strange activity. Whispering voices, cold drafts, and the figure of a woman in Victorian clothing were common experiences. Some residents even claimed to see Liddell herself staring out from the very bedroom window where she died, her sad eyes fixed on the street below. In the 1980s, the new owners discovered more of the story when they found Liddell's hidden love letters sealed inside the walls. The letters told of a secret romance with a married man, a relationship that ended in heartbreak. Many believe this grief drove her to take her life, and her spirit remains bound to the home, reliving the sorrow that never left her heart. Today, the Allen House is a beloved landmark and a popular stop for ghost hunters. Tour groups often describe unusual photos filled with glowing orbs or faint figures, and many leave convinced they've encountered Liddell's restless soul. The story of the Allen House is both heartbreaking and fascinating, a reminder that even the most beautiful homes can hold the deepest of secrets. Number 3. The Gurdon Light. South of Little Rock, near the small town of Gurdon, a mysterious light has danced along the railroad tracks for decades. Known simply as the Gurdon Light, it appears as a glowing orb, sometimes white, sometimes blue, that floats through the trees before vanishing into the darkness. Unlike many ghost stories, this one is backed by countless witnesses from local residents to television crews who have filmed the phenomenon. The most famous legend ties the light to a tragic murder in 1931. A railroad foreman was attacked and killed by an angry worker during a dispute. His body left near the tracks. Locals say the Gurdon Light is his ghostly lantern, still searching for justice or perhaps guiding others along the path where his life ended. The haunting glow has appeared so often that it has become a permanent part of the town's folklore. Scientists have tried to explain it away, suggesting it may be swamp gas, static electricity, or reflections from the nearby interstate. But these theories fall short. Reports of the light predate the highway and continue in all weather conditions. Those who see it say it behaves too deliberately, bobbing and weaving like someone carrying a lamp through the night. Today, the Gurdon Light draws both skeptics and believers to the tracks. Many leave with their own stories of seeing the strange orb dance just out of reach. Whether it is a ghostly lantern, a trick of nature, or something we cannot yet explain, the Gurdon Light remains one of Arkansas's most enduring and mysterious legends. Number 4. Old State House Museum. The Old State House in Little Rock stands as Arkansas's oldest surviving state capitol building. Completed in 1833, its Greek Revival architecture has witnessed heated political battles, social gatherings, and even the trial of young Confederate spy David O. Dodd during the Civil War. With such a storied past, it comes as no surprise that whispers of hauntings linger within its historic halls. Visitors and staff have often reported eerie sounds echoing through the building long after it has closed for the night. Some describe footsteps pacing across the wooden floors and faint voices that seem to come from empty rooms. One of the most chilling stories is that of a ghostly figure resembling a teenage boy believed by some to be Dodd himself wandering the museum's corridors. Others claim to have seen shadowy figures near the old legislative chambers, as if lawmakers from centuries past still debate under the dome. Sudden drops in temperature and unexplained movements of objects add to the sense that unseen eyes are always watching. The building's role in Arkansas's turbulent 19th century gives weight to these tales of spirits tied to its history. Today, the Old State House is a proud museum preserving the state's heritage, but it is also known as one of Little Rock's most haunted landmarks. Whether it's the ghost of David O. Dodd or the restless energy of politics long past, many visitors leave convinced that the Old State House holds more than just relics. It holds memories that refuse to fade. Music. Number 5, Arlington Resort Hotel and Spa. In the heart of Hot Springs rises the Arlington Resort Hotel, a grand symbol of luxury and history since 1924. Famous guests have included Babe Ruth, Franklin D. Roosevelt and even notorious gangster Al Capone, who kept a favorite suite on the 4th floor. Yet along with glamour, the Arlington carries a reputation for ghostly activity that has intrigued visitors for decades. Guests have reported strange occurrences throughout the hotel. From flickering lights to phantom footsteps echoing down empty halls, a lady in white has often been seen drifting along the 7th floor, disappearing before startled onlookers can approach. Some claim her tragic story remains untold, but her presence is felt strongly in that part of the hotel. Perhaps the most chilling tales come from room 443, said to be linked to Al Capone. Visitors report hearing knocks on the door, voices in the night, and even the sensation of someone watching from the shadows. In the historic bathhouse area, staff have spoken of seeing a lone bather slipping into the steamy waters, only for the figure to vanish without a trace. Today, the Arlington embraces its reputation as both a historic treasure and a place touched by the supernatural. Its lavish walls hold countless stories, some written in history books and others whispered through ghost tours. For many who stay the night, the Arlington offers not just comfort, but the chance to encounter echoes of Arkansas's colorful past. Number 6, Mount Holly Cemetery. Known as the Westminster Abbey of Arkansas, Mount Holly Cemetery has been the resting place of governors, senators, generals, and artists since 1843. Its beautiful grounds and marble statues make it a place of quiet reflection. But beneath the surface lies a darker reputation. Over the years, it has become one of the most haunted cemeteries in the South. Visitors often speak of seeing ghostly figures walking among the graves at dusk only to vanish into the night. The statues themselves are said to move with angels and soldiers subtly shifting positions or even changing facial expressions. Stories of spectral lights flickering between the headstones add to the eerie atmosphere. Some of the most chilling tales involve sounds carried on the wind, soft singing, children laughing, or muffled footsteps on gravel paths when no one else is there. Locals believe these spirits are not angry, but tied to the cemetery's deep history, unable to leave the place where their stories ended. Today, Mount Holly is as much a landmark for history as it is for legend. Guided tours and ghost walks draw curious visitors eager to experience its chilling reputation. Whether it's the famous figures buried there or ordinary souls bound to the earth, Mount Holly remains a place where the past refuses to rest quietly. Number 7, Clayton House. The Clayton House in Fort Smith is a stately Victorian mansion that tells two stories, one of elegance and another of haunting. Built in the 1850s, the home served as a Union hospital during the Civil War, its walls echoing with the cries of wounded soldiers. Later, it became the residence of William Henry Harrison Clayton, a respected prosecutor who worked closely with Judge Isaac Parker, the hanging judge. With such a layered past, the house has gained a chilling reputation. Visitors have long reported hearing heavy bootsteps across the hardwood floors, as if soldiers still patrol the halls. Others describe the faint sound of music drifting through empty rooms, perhaps remnants of the Clayton family's gatherings. Doors are known to slam shut without warning, and staff say the activity is so common they've grown used to it. One of the most unsettling stories involves a woman's face appearing in the boardroom mirror only to vanish when someone looks closer. Ghost hunters and tourists alike have captured unexplained images of a young woman in period clothing, her sorrowful gaze caught in photographs where no one was present. Today, the Clayton House is a museum carefully preserved to reflect its 19th-century beauty. But behind the tours and antique furnishings lies an aura of mystery. Whether it's the spirits of wounded soldiers or the lingering energy of the Clayton family, the house remains a place where history and the supernatural meet in unforgettable ways. Number 8. The Empress of Little Rock. The Empress of Little Rock, also called the Hornerbrook House, is one of the city's most stunning Victorian mansions. Built in 1888 by Salonk keeper James Hornbrook, it was a showpiece of wealth with stained glass windows, carved woodwork, and elaborate towers. But behind its beauty lies a story of loss. Hornbrook died mysteriously only 2 years after the mansion was completed, and many say his spirit still roams the grand staircase, unwilling to leave the home he built. Guests who stay at the Empress, now a luxury bed and breakfast, often report ghostly encounters. A tall man in a top hat has been seen on the stairs or near the entrance, believed to be Hornbrook himself watching over the house. Others have described waking in the night to find a woman in a pink gown standing at the foot of their bed, silent and sorrowful before she fades into the darkness. Stranger still are the tales of a ghostly sea captain who is said to wander the hallways. Staff and visitors have heard laughter, the clinking of glasses, and old-time music echoing from empty rooms as though the grand parties of the 1890s still continue in the afterlife. Cold spots and flickering lights add to the sense that the house is not empty, even when it seems so. Today, the Empress embraces its dual reputation as both a place of beauty and a place of mystery. Visitors may come for its architecture, velvet curtains, and antique furnishings. But many leave with ghost stories of their own. Whether it is James Hornbrook, the Lady in Pink, or echoes of past celebrations, the Empress of Little Rock remains one of Arkansas's most elegant yet haunted landmarks. Number 9. The Malco Theater. The Malco Theater in Hot Springs has been a cultural centerpiece for nearly a century, but its reputation extends beyond entertainment. Built in 1946 on the site of an earlier theater that had burned down, it quickly gained a chilling legend. Locals say a young girl named Esther died tragically in one of the fires, and her spirit has never left the building. Over time, her ghost has become one of the most famous in Hot Springs. Audiences and staff have described seeing a childlike figure darting between the rows of seats or lingering near the stage during rehearsals. Some witnesses say she quietly watches from the balcony, while others feel a tug at their clothes or hear faint laughter when no children are present. Many are convinced this is Esther, tied forever to the theater she once loved. But Esther is not alone. Other reports describe shadowy figures moving near the exits, whispers in the empty hallways, and the sound of phantom footsteps pacing backstage. Ushers working late at night have refused to go upstairs alone, claiming they felt a sudden chill, followed by a presence standing just behind them. Paranormal investigators who explored the Malco captured unexplained voices on recording devices, including what sounded like a child calling for help. Today, the Malco hosts magic shows and live events, drawing crowds eager for entertainment. Yet, for many visitors, the most unforgettable moments come not from the stage, but from the eerie feeling that unseen eyes are watching. Number 10. Lawrence Creek. South of Little Rock, Lawrence Creek winds quietly through the woods, hiding a ghost story that has unsettled locals for more than a century. On Christmas Eve of 1863, during the Civil War, tragedy struck when a young woman was murdered and buried near the creek. Her death was never avenged, and the place soon became known for eerie sights and chilling sounds that continue to this day. In the 1920s, oil drillers working in the area reported terrifying experiences. Some claimed to hear a woman's blood-curdling scream at night, while others swore they saw the figure of a girl in a white burial dress wandering the banks. On Halloween night, one worker described seeing her emerge from the water before vanishing into the mist, leaving him shaken for life. Locals believe her restless spirit lingers because of the injustice she suffered, forever tied to the place where her life was cut short. Travelers who walk along the creek at night speak of sudden cold chills and a feeling of being watched. Some even claim their car engines fail if they dare to stop near the site, as though something does not want them to leave. Today, Lawrence Creek is a quiet natural preserve, its beauty masking the darkness of its past. Yet, beneath the calm surface, the legend of the murdered woman remains strong. For those who know the story, the creek is not just a stream in the woods. It is a place where a forgotten soul may still cry out for justice. Number 11. Pea Ridge National Military Park. Pea Ridge is one of the most important battlefields of the Civil War and one of the most haunted places in Arkansas. In March of 1862, Union and Confederate armies clashed here in a brutal two-day fight that left over 3,000 men dead or wounded. The battle secured Missouri for the Union, but left the rolling hills of northwest Arkansas soaked in blood. More than a century later, many believe the soldiers never truly left. Visitors walking the battlefield have reported hearing the distant thunder of cannon fire and the sharp cracks of muskets echoing across the fields. Some describe faint cries carried on the wind as if wounded soldiers are still calling out for help. Others have witnessed ghostly figures dressed in uniforms marching silently in formation before fading into the mist. The stories are so frequent that even rangers acknowledge the park's haunted reputation. One of the most chilling locations is the Alorn Tavern, which stood at the center of the fighting. Used as a hospital during the battle, it overflowed with the wounded and dying. Today, people claim to see shadowy shapes moving past its windows, and some hear moaning inside when the building is empty. The energy of suffering seems to linger within its walls, drawing both historians and ghost hunters. Now a national military park, Pidge honors the memory of those who fought there, offering quiet trails and historic markers. Yet beneath the calm lies an atmosphere that is anything but silent. Many visitors leave convinced they have walked beside spirits from the past. Number 12, War Eagle Mill. War Eagle Mill in Benton County is one of Arkansas's oldest and most storied landmarks. First built in 1832 by Sylvanus and Catherine Blackburn, the mill was destroyed multiple times by floods and fire only to be rebuilt again and again. Its long history of resilience is matched by tales of lingering spirits, including the mill's founder himself. Locals claim that Sylvanus Blackburn still roams the grounds, watching over the mill he built nearly 2 centuries ago. Visitors have described seeing an elderly man with a long beard appear briefly before vanishing into thin air. Some believe he stirs up mischief inside, moving objects or causing sudden noises that echo through the building. Another ghost said to haunt the area is that of a Confederate soldier believed to have died near the mill during the Civil War. People walking by the river have reported seeing a soldier's apparition staring across the water, his expression heavy with sorrow. His presence is felt most strongly during foggy mornings when the mill and valley seem frozen in time. Music today, War Eagle Mill operates as both a working mill and a popular attraction, drawing visitors for its history, food, and crafts. Yet, for those who know its legends, it is also a place where the line between past and present is blurred. Whether it's the spirit of its founder or the soldier who never left, the mill remains a cornerstone of Arkansas history and of Arkansas hauntings. If you enjoyed the video, please click the like button and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one. Music.